Hello and welcome to today's yoga class. To start with, come into your child's pose, big toes together, knees wide, arms above the head, relaxing the chest down towards the ground, taking some slow inhales and exhales. And please be careful with this class. If anything feels too much, please come out of it and warm up your body appropriately. Let's start by coming into our downward facing dog. Slowly bicycling out the knees, bending into one leg and then the other. Pushing the chest back towards the knees. Feeling that stretch through the shoulders. Let's roll through to plank pose. Lower the knees, come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale to your cobra pose, keep your pelvis on the ground, exhale back down. Slide the elbows underneath the shoulders for your Sphinx pose. Bend up your left knee, bring your right arm across, grab hold of the left foot with the left hand, release it back down, switch sides, bend up the right leg, push that foot as close to the hips as you can, release back into your Sphinx pose. Hands next to the chest, push up onto your knees, come onto all fours. Let's take a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, bring the belly down. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, arch downwards, open the chest. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back down. Exhale, reverse. Come back to neutral. Step the right foot up in between the hands. Inhale, bring the hands up, low lunge, back bend. Feel free to interlace the fingers, point the index fingers. Hands back next to the legs. Step your left foot up, come into your chair pose. Keep the knees bent, hips back. Slowly lower down to the ground. Come all the way down, roll onto your back, hug your knees in. Then plant your feet flat on the ground. Inhale the hips up for your bridge pose. Now carry on with this pose if that feels okay. If you would like, you can bring your hands next to your ears and you can come up into wheel pose. But please only do this if you feel ready for it. If you need a bit more warming up, stick to bridge pose for now. If you're in wheel pose, take a couple breaths and then slowly lower back down. Noticing how your back feels. If it felt too much, stick to bridge next time. Grab behind the legs, roll all the way up, roll over so you're facing the back of your mat, hands forward, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, lower the knees, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale to your cobra pose, exhale back down. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders for Sphinx pose. Bring the left arm across, right leg up. Right hand pushes the right foot into the hips. Other side, left leg bends up. Nice little quad stretch. Back to your Sphinx pose. Slide your hands back next to your chest. Come up onto all fours and we'll take 3 rounds of cat-cow. So inhale the belly down. Exhale, reverse. Inhale down. Exhale, round. Inhale down. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Inhale the hands up, maybe interlacing the hands. And lean backwards slightly. Get your hips as low as possible. Hands frame the left foot. Step the right foot next to the left for your chair pose and then sink your hips lower and lower until you come all the way down onto your bum, roll onto your back, hug the knees in, plant the feet, inhale into your bridge pose. Again, notice how you feel, maybe stay there, maybe play with wheel pose. If you're playing with wheels, hands by the ears, lift the hips up first, then come onto the crown of your head, and then push up into your full wheel pose. Slowly coming down, roll back out of it, hug the knees in, grab behind the thighs, roll back up, turn to face the front of your mat, come back into your downward facing dog. So always taking your own variations here. Roll through to plank, lower the knees, come down to the mat, inhale to your cobra, exhale back down, elbows underneath the shoulders for your Sphinx pose. Bending up your left knee, grab hold of the left foot with your left hand, bring it close to your hips, release. Right leg up, heel to bum, gently release, back to your Sphinx pose. Slide the hands next to the chest, push up onto all fours. Couple of cat-cows here, inhale down, exhale reverse. Inhale arch, exhale reverse. Inhale arch, exhale reverse, back to neutral. Step the right foot up in between the hands, low lunge, reach the hands up, maybe pointing the index fingers, and slight back bend. Get those hips nice and low. Make sure you're breathing slow. Hands next to the foot. Step the left foot next to the right for your chair pose. Hips nice and low. And then keep dropping them down and down until you come all the way down. Roll onto your back. Plant your feet flat on the ground. Inhale to your bridge pose. Exhale down. Maybe repeat that a few times, or wheel pose, hands next to the ears, and slowly come up. Really taking notice of your body here. Please don't rush it. If you do want to have a play with wheel, feel free to pause this class and have a little bit of a longer play. Slowly lower down, hug the knees in, grab behind the thighs. We're going to rock and roll back up to seated. Turn yourself over to face the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Roll through to plank. Lower the knees, bring the chest down towards the ground. Inhale to your cobra, exhale back down. Elbows underneath the shoulders for your Sphinx pose. Bend up the right leg, bring the right foot to the right hip, release. Bend up the left heel to the left bum, release. Back to your Sphinx. And slide your hands next to your chest, push up onto all fours, and take 3 rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale down, exhale reverse. Inhale belly down, exhale draw that belly button up. Inhale down, exhale reverse, come back to neutral. Step the left foot up in between the hands, low lunge, bring the hands up above the head, slight back bend, reach it back. Hands frame the left foot, step the right foot next to the left for your chair pose. And then keep dropping the hips down and down and down until you reach the ground. Roll onto your back, plant the feet, lift the hips up for your bridge pose, lower back down. Feel free to keep playing with bridge or attempt your wheel pose one last time. Taking your time, listening to your body. Not pushing up if you don't feel ready. Slowly lower back down. Hug the knees in. Grab behind the thighs. Roll back up. Turn to face the top of your mat. Downward facing dog. Stretch the back out. Stretch the heels. And then slowly lower down into your child's pose. Lengthening the arms above you, breathing into the back of the body. Feeling that spine lengthen and release. Taking a couple breaths here. And thank you so much for practicing with me today.